Revolution for the
Evolution. Recording.
Revolution for the
15, 20
evolution.
years ago when you first started, 15
Revolution for the
years ago,
evolution.
how long you been doing it?
Yeah.
When you first started doing them videos,
And we let it be on the groove and we
commitment,
keep moving on our
the
way.
longevity shows
and we
commitment.
break
The
every
commitment.
rule almost each and every day, but we still
The commitment is also a result of the talents that's within you and your convictions, which is character. And if you don't do that, you're gonna be unhappy, because I think part of your reason a person is not happy, any person is not happy, because they don't pursue their desires.
Right, but see, this is what I realized. Sometimes God has to hide you for a while until it's your time. See, back then it wasn't my time, because
Sometimes
my approach, they wasn't ready for me yet.
it's not even about that. You're right. You're right. They're never gonna be ready. I mean, the resistance is never ready.
And I was afraid a little bit at one point.
And that's what I'm saying. That's my point. My point, it's funny because people think they're grown when they're 21 or 18. They've been taught that. Then they're taught they're grown when they're 30. Well, I was taught that a generation is 40 years. And I think that's around the time most of the leaders historically have really become the reign in the right capacity. There's been exceptions when you have younger people who did an excellent job at leadership, and there's also been older people who did a poor job. So age is not the all things, but to be mature, it takes 40 years on this earth. I've learned that. That's a generation, because you get to see a full cycle. And with the grandmother, and when an old man once told me, I heard a preacher say this, actually Farrakhan. Farrakhan was preaching one day and he said, if Big Mama or Papa tell you, baby, I'm tired, you got to stop praying that they keep living, because they ready to go, because they done seen generation. They done seen a baby born, a baby die. They done seen it, and they know the end result is a transition. So they condition, and they ready to leave to get to a better place than this world. But the reason I say that, because as a human, we all strive to fulfill our destiny and to use the gifts and talents that our Creator has laid to us.
I'm about 4 minutes into my job.
That passion you have, that talent and that gift, those, they make room for you. And I hear it coming out of you, and I think because you're not occupying that position, you're coming across as a confrontational person, because you're not doing what you designed to do. And it's hard for people to see that, even though you know who you are and the gifts and talents that you could do, the things you imagine what you could do, and how easy it would be to make a difference. But that's what the world needs. And today's generation, it's time. When you hear white politicians and governors and state senators and preachers saying they've enslaved them for 400, they've been there for 400 years, it answers the question in the Bible.
But what they're saying is what I've said.
We've been saying it. All of us have been saying it. But what I'm saying is the timing is now. It's now. And if you go and pray and pursue it, and notice I said pray and pursue it, it'll be easy, because whatever. Last thing I'm gonna say, you're not cutting me off, but just
your last point, I need to go back.
No, you don't. You remember that, because I'm gonna say one sentence and you'll get this.
Okay, go ahead.
The point I was gonna make is simple. You have been designed to do what God made you do, and when you do it because He's your provider, it'll be easy. It's not going to be hard this time as it was. You'll be welcome. But that's something you need to do.
Right, but I don't have a degree in that.
You don't have to.
See, right.
That's why.
But
Listen.
I was about to start my own company.
Now I ain't talking about starting your own company. You pray and you go to work. Let me explain what I'm saying. You go to work.
So I gotta be in the system.
That's why. This is what I'm saying. I said pray. Why would I say pray?
So God can handle it for me.
Oh, he ain't gonna so this.
He can open the door.
And He say He'll lead you. He say He'll lead you by a way you know not. The way you imagine is the way you know. He said He'll lead you by a way you know not. So when you pray, you're trusting, because you're walking by faith, not by your works. Because if you do it by your works, you're gonna brag and say, I did it. And God ain't that type of God. He's jealous. He wants all the glory and all the credit. And what we'll do is just let our light shine so that man can see that God can do it for them as He's done it for us. And that's all it's about.
But that's what I'm doing. But I need to do it on a different level now.
Just go back and pursue it. Just go. But I said first, do what? Because see, if you don't pray, you can chop that wood, tree ain't never fall. But if you pray, you might not have to pick up an axe.
Right. I ain't even gotta go nowhere near it. I ain't even gotta look at it.
Well, you know, Miles Monroe preached that one time. He said, when he did the 23rd Psalm, he said, "The Lord is my shepherd."
I shall not want. You make it me to lie.
But what that first verse?
The Lord is my shepherd.
All he did was teach that first verse.
The Lord is my shepherd.
What did it say out of that?
I shall not want.
What that mean?
That means I'm free. And that means I shouldn't have to ask the system. That means I can use this earth to plant my seed. That means I can grow
means
my
you lack nothing. That everything you have is already around you, but you're not using it.
Just like the bird, right? The bird don't gotta go find nothing to eat.
Let me get it in.
Neither do the fish.
Nobody. No other. Listen, everything is there prepared for them, like it's prepared for us. He's a provider, but we struggle because we lean to our own understanding.
We struggle because they make us pay land taxes, so we can't live off the grid.
We lean to our own understanding because what they did, first of all, that's why we all have to be born again. Sin wasn't born into you; you was born into sin. So even though you know you feel right, when people call you wrong, you can still feel right because sin wasn't born into you.
That's a deception right there. Now you can't feel right because it's not really. It's really that's part of the deception is all this sin.
But
stuff.
you feel right. You feel right when you don't mistreat people. You feel right when you.
You say even when you're doing wrong, you can feel.
No, I didn't say even when you. I said when people say you're wrong, you can feel right.
Okay.
You got what I'm saying?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When others say you're wrong, you can still feel right.
Right.
Because that's the part that God has laid in you. But they taught you what you feel right, that what feels right, and you know right is wrong. A lot of things they taught us that are right in God's eyes, they taught us as wrong. They present it as wrong. And that was intentional to get us to stumble.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. My point I'm making is we're mature. We're past that. And we don't go back on that because that's something else. And it's something else I tell people. People try to say, well, because the person is younger, you got to tell them, no. Scripture teaches you that God wrote the laws in their heart and in their mind. So if a person can't read and comprehend, they know right or wrong. Now, everybody may sin, but back to what I was saying, sin is not born into you. You're born into sin. That's learned behavior.
But think about it, we're born into this, but let's get to the people's level because the people need this knowledge. I mean, you already know this, so we got to talk on a lower level. Let's go from the fifth dimension back down to the third, okay? For the people. Okay, how are the people being deceived? Exactly. Give specific examples.
You have impersonators in leadership positions at podiums such as the pastoralship, the presidents, the teachers, the educators, that is, the coaches, and all those persons. You have people who are in those positions, and the majority of them today, unfortunately, are impersonators. And I say impersonators because it's like a wolf in sheep clothing. Today you have adults taking occupations so that they can prey on the youth sexually, and or to end up tearing them away from the fabric, from God, basically. So what we have today is at the core of it, we have deception.
Right, but we understand that. Tell them exactly how is it getting from that big man to them? What is that middleman that's bringing all that evilness, that wickedness from those leaders, from those politicians? How is it getting from that person to my 12-year-old nephew?
It's because the people in those positions have succumbed to their own temptations. You saying I'm trying to
my nephew is 12 years old.
Right.
He don't listen to Donald Trump speak.
Right.
He don't listen to anything the politicians say.
Right.
So what tool is Donald Trump or whoever politician, what tool are they using to manipulate this young black male?
All positions in leadership, from the rap industry to the music, the movie industry, to the teachers, they are allowing people in positions of leadership that ordinarily would teach people the right way to mislead the people. And the point I was making earlier was that when you get people in these positions to make decisions in reference to hiring who's there at those podiums in the classrooms, or the sidelines coaching, or the rapper on stage, those are people are making decisions based on the temptation, their love for money, and their temptation is drawing them away from doing what's right. So they're turning a silent cheek to say, well, even though they're not the ones doing it,
they put on their mask.
Yeah, but no, they're doing
put
it.
On their mask.
It's like what I heard a person say today about racism. There's two types of people. I seen a brother speak today. LZ Garland said today. He said, and it was unique because I had never heard this put so eloquently. But he said that there's two types of white people. There's white people who are non-racist and white people who are anti-racist. He said non-racists sit idly on the sideline and pretend that because they're not participating in the act, they're not culpable or benefiting from white privilege. And so the example would be to have justice. Everything has to be equal, so there's no such thing as white or black privilege. It's about being human because God created us all. And what he was saying is it's negligent, and you're complicit by being non-racist. See, to be anti-racist is to say we against that, because like a cancer, anything that attacks, it'll kill the whole body. It might attack one side of the body.
The root word, the prefix anti means against. Right. So if you anti-racism, you against. Greek and Latin root word.
Well, that's very good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But that's good. But I was just giving a Greek.
But you're a teacher, so you should.
Right. But what I want to do, I want to look up that poem, "We Wear the Mask" by Jacob Lawrence, so I can read it on your phone, please. We wear the mask. And what I say by they wear the mask, it's their way of showing the other man, I promise to be quiet. I'm gonna keep this secret between us. That's what the mask represents, and that's what he's saying in the poem.
I believe the
and he wrote this during the Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah, and I believe the talented tenth are people who wore the mask.
That's who wearing it now.
But I think they will win. I think those people, even the people that we revere, when I look back at the ones who they record, just as today, in history, 40 years from now, people will talk about Jay-Z. They may not mention your name, or they might not mention another person you know who's just as important and has been critical.
But what I'm telling you, even though Booker T them might have wore the mask, Booker T, W.E. Du Bois, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali might have had some sort of mask on, being the talented tent of their time. But the thing about them, even with their mask, they still spoke more volume than 100 black males today. One man, Muhammad Ali, said more things than 100 politicians.
I agree.
Muhammad Ali by himself. Malcolm X. Who's speaking on that level?
I think there are brothers out there.
You can't say the talented team was masked up.
Yeah, I said they made. I think they were masked.
Now tell why you think they were masked.
It's because when they participated and they was at a podium, with the exception of who they called the greatest of all, the greatest, right. Well, see, even Frederick Douglass himself had issues because didn't he marry a white woman?
It don't matter. He the one helped the black people get into the military to help fight the Civil War.
Yeah, and I think to me that was atrocious because as right now what I see is a recycling. For an example, in current society going on right now today, Donald Trump is threatening bringing the military.
He already brought him in.
Listen, what I'm saying is to attack the citizens, and the majority of these people are black.
But they brainwashed. Didn't I tell you what we had to go through in basic training?
I know that, but what I'm saying, so when you talk about what Frederick Douglass did, here, we going back to the conversation.
It took me 10 years to get out of that military mindset. These people still in, so how they gonna get out when they in? It took me 10 years of a civilian to get back to reality. So these people in the army, they under a spell.
I agree with you. I agree with what I'm saying. So why would I applaud Frederick Douglass for putting our people in that situation?
They was fighting a different war than we fighting
now.
I agree with you
saying.
They was fighting different. Well, they was fighting for themselves.
They were fighting on both sides.
But guess what? They was fighting within their own country.
But we
was fighting in somebody else's country.
Yeah.
They was fighting for their, Frederick Douglass put them soldiers in there because they was fighting for their own people to get free.
I agree.
They was fighting for Floyd and McDade. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't fighting for Ching Chong Ching Dong. Somebody who don't even respect them.
And they went, and them people look, and y'all, to me personally, we go in there and the guys as we fight for them, but we sold the division. Before, to create that, like you
we was young, we ain't know.
I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying you wrong, because everybody who goes in there is for benefit.
They go in there lost.
Yeah, right. They're not, and that's what they.
If they was enlightened, they would have never went in there.
Right. If you were enlightened at a young age, you know
ain't
that.
going.
Right. But we don't hold that against people.
Right.
That's my point. Because we understand.
But we gotta tell them so they can know what happened.
Well, yeah, at the same time, and here's what we gotta do. And this is some God showed me. Because I used to be inquire with God. To God, like, why would you let us go through and sit up under this? God showed me, he said, if I freed you and gave y'all the land right now, everything, and you killed all the white people, he said the beasts in the field will take over y'all. The beast of the field will take over this country.
Why you say that?
Because the people here ain't equipped. The knowledge, like you know how to survive, like your daddy know how to survive. There'll be some survivors, this is what I'm saying. But who he wants to save, the majority of the inner city kids, the kids who ain't never planted a seed, the kids who ain't never dealt with real life wildlife. Those kids was the beast of the field. Most of these guys you got around here carrying a 38, a 90, a 9mm, or AK. It came to two bears coming at them or a bobcat, they'll drop that shit and run. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth is, they're not conditioned for that. That's why when they're in public and they start shooting, they miss their target because they haven't even been trained. If they don't even know how to break the gun down from sight alignments to knowing what part is the safety switch to, you know, exactly the importance of cleaning it and the purpose of cleaning it. They don't understand how that works. So when you looking at ignorance, you talking about a people who have been so decimated and so afflicted that they have been they're defenseless,
like babies.
Yeah, and so God is letting the enemy carry us. And so what we have to do is keep our eyes focused on God, because here's why God said this. God's intent was an intent to destroy these men, even the white man who we despise and hate because of their actions towards us and other people. We love them because God said love them, but we despise their actions. And so what God intended to save them. How is he going to save them? That's on God. Even if he hasn't destroyed them to save, sometimes you have to kill something to bring it back. You're a planter, you're a farmer, you'll sit, put something in the ground.
Prune it.
But sometimes you'll take the dead and replant it.
And make it come back.
It'll come back.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying. It ain't that you hate it. It's that you know to bring it back to life, you got to bury it.
Yeah.
And what we as humans call killing.
Yeah.
That's what may have to happen. I'm not saying that because that I think so. But what God's going to do is what God's going to do. My point I'm making is it's not out of cynicism or bitterness or evilness. We're going to look at things with God first, because when you do that, you're okay amongst all this chaos. Because God says it's going to be thousands, tens of thousands dying by it. He said that. He said, but guess what? You just stick with him. Ain't nothing going to touch you. And that's where I'm going to stay at, man. Other stuff, I don't care what people do. I ain't no politician. That's why I don't love Barack more than I love Trump. I take that back. I might love Barack a little bit more, but I don't like him more. And I don't like Trump more than I like Barack. And I don't care about them, because they're not who I trust in. I trust in Jesus.
Amen.
Right, and I'm going to stay there. Amen. And people say, well, who's Jesus? The white man religion. No, you got to study history, because before they came to America.
Where the white man get it from?
No, you're right. We had Jesus where we were. Prior to them coming, they changed his name from his original name. We understand all that. But we don't fight about you saying you got a car and I got an automobile, or I got a hoopty. That's my whip, or that's my ride. We don't fight about that.
That's my house. That's my crib.
We don't fight about that. We're not going to fight about the name. Yeah, right. That's what they want us to do, to keep us preoccupied with foolishness.
So, how do we get the people out? I guess we give them knowledge, but they ain't gonna most people is not gonna listen to a long video. So we gotta start doing things to get them free quickly.
Can I say something?
Okay.
Getting your purpose. When you operate in your purpose, what God has described for you, and prescribed for you, that is when they'll see the things God had planned for them. And the only way they'll see it is if we do what we're supposed to do. You know, I learned when I finally grew up. I was at an age that I finally grew up. I realized, you know, God answered a question for me, 2 questions. First question was, what's the hardest thing in life to do? Second question was, what's the easiest thing in life to do? Do you know the answer to that?
The hardest thing to do
in life. It sure, there's no right or wrong.
And the easiest thing is to die.
And I respectfully disagree, because for me anyway, but what God showed me was this.
He want to make it easy.
No, the hardest thing in life I found out was to find out your purpose in life. Why did God create you? The easiest thing in life.
That's to live.
Listen to this.
I'm just adding.
Yeah, I know, but hear me now. Hear me out. The easiest thing in life is to be yourself once you accept who you are. But the biggest thing is not to find out what you want to do, what you want to do. What purpose did God make me for? What did He want me to fulfill on the earth? What was His purpose? And when you figure that out, the easiest thing is to be yourself, because He provides everything you need. But it's easy to be yourself. That's why it's the easiest thing once you accept who you are. If your parents have raised you and taught you what to do in this life, be content with it, because in just a few years you'll be like Big Mama and Big Papa and Papa, and they'll be like, babe, I'm ready to go. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to transition. But we want to look at this life like, oh, it's important to put my name in the neon lights and to do this and that. When last I checked, Jesus sits pretty good up there. Hey, in every knee, in every tongue.
Shall bow and confess.
That's right.
And like you said about the purpose, what we do got to realize too about the purpose is sometimes your purpose change. God has you in a place for a season. Sometimes He may have, He had me teaching for a season. When that season was up, He said, you better move. And guess what I had to do?
Let me get it.
Move. And when I didn't move, guess what He did? He forced me out.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the point I was making. That's why I say the hardest thing in life is to find your purpose. Because when you try to do anything that's other than your purpose, it's not going to work out. You're not going to be happy and content. And so.
And your purpose changes.
Oh no! It's a process. Your purpose has never changed. But to get to your destination,
right? The method change.
No, it's a process. It's like anything else. You gotta. When you grow a plant, the first process ain't gonna be the end result in that pot or your stomach. So but it's a process, and so what we get caught up on is, well, God might need you to have teaching skills, so when you get in the other position, you'll be able to teach. No, they'll be able to relate to you. Teachers will be able to relate to you. See, you'll be teaching teachers. What I mean by that, operating your purpose. The purpose God makes you is for the whole world to see. But we're not content. We don't believe in ourselves like that, because we've been taught that. We've been re-taught that we're insignificant because we're black, we're less than. We've heard this word all our life, discrimination, which means less than the other. You can see, and it just boils down to it. There's 2 different types. There's one good, one better. Word. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is.
It is what it is. But thank you for that word, because we know people don't like long videos, so we're gonna cut it off here. YBE, thank you for listening. This was just a conversation. There'll be more to come. Thank you.